Hi, I'm Brendan, and this is the fundraising video for MOX, an open source movie file format for people working in video and film production. It's going to support every bit depth for video, 8, 10, 12, 16-bit, and even floating point, 16 and 32-bit floating point video. To help you understand why it's important to support MOX, I've gotten a few friends of mine together from different industries, such as film production and commercials, to tell you about the obstacles they face and how MOX would help them solve those problems.
You know, we always run into problems with audio syncing, compression issues. Compression issues, making sure that the color is a match.
We run into this problem all the time with movie formats where something's not working. I open up the file, it looks different on my system, but if you open it over there, it comes out at a different frame rate or resolution or color space. Or color space or whatever it is. And I don't know why, and none of our guys can figure out why.
You don't want it to be like that. You want it to be consistent and not be stuck, not being able to get in there and figure out why things look different from computer to computer to computer, or why your input color isn't the same as your output color.
There's just a big disarray right now in these different file formats and codecs, and they lean on the manufacturers of the software and hardware to write the software to open these up and be able to view these files. But sometimes they just don't work.
Still image sequences, we just don't have this problem. If you have a JPEG file, you know that you can read it anywhere. A DPX or an OpenEXR, same thing. You know that you can read it in any program and any platform that supports that format. With some of the movie file formats, that's just not possible.
You know, EXRs will store everything from the color information to ZDEP to all these extra channels, and enable decompositing, and they're just really, really flexible. But the problem is that oftentimes on some of the movies that we work on, we have thousands of them for each element of every shot.
When we're dealing with CG rendering, we don't want to take the risk that one corrupt frame will destroy an entire sequence of frames. So in those cases, we want to work with image sequences.
The best of both worlds of image sequences in movies would be a movie format where we could actually take all the good, rich, additional information that you can store in a frame sequence right now and actually embed it in the movie file as well.
We need file formats to be completely open source and not controlled by one company. As long as that company controls the code and owns the intellectual property behind it, it makes it very difficult for others to go in and support that file format without licensing.
We can't really peek under the hood a lot of times in the way that we need to in order to dissect how QuickTimes are made.
Having an open source video format like this would benefit everybody. It would benefit the industry as a whole, not just the visual effects industry, but any industry that's dealing with image sequences right now.
It would really simplify the process, cut down on the number of files that we have to manage without really sacrificing any of the flexibility and richness that image files offer as individuals.
It's your work. It just feels to me like even if the software that you're using to make it is sort of under their control, the work itself should ultimately end up in your hands.
If we all came together and supported this format, then we know that it was created by people with the industry's interest at heart.
The best reward is that we will have this, that if we make this format, it will be ours, and we will get to use it in our work. The goals are nice, but really the number one goal is that MOX will exist. And it will exist because of our working together and your contributions to it.